There was a boy in Ohio who was told he would never walk again. His name was Nick Vujicic. Doctors looked at his parents in shock the day he was born. No arms, no legs, just a tiny body and a huge question mark about his future. Some whispered he wouldn't survive. Others said his life would be full of suffering. But no one imagined he would one day inspire millions across America and the world. Growing up was brutal. Kids stared, some laughed, some ran away like he was something scary. Nick tried to smile, but every night he cried himself to sleep asking one painful question. Why me? He couldn't brush his teeth without help. He couldn't hug his mom the normal way. He couldn't even scratch an itch. And the hardest part, watching other kids run, play football, ride bikes, doing everything he couldn't. When Nick was 8 years old, he came home from school completely broken. He told his mom, "I don't want to live anymore." That night, he tried to drown himself in the bathtub. But as his face went underwater, one thought hit him like lightning. He imagined his parents finding his body, the pain in their eyes, the heartbreak, and suddenly, he pulled himself back up, crying, shaking, alive. That moment changed everything. Nick realized something powerful. He could end his life, or he could fight for it. The next years weren't easy. Depression followed him. Loneliness followed him. But slowly, he started doing something that felt impossible. He started accepting himself. Instead of focusing on what he didn't have, he focused on what he did. A voice, a mind, a heart. At school, Nick gave his first speech. His hands didn't wave. His legs didn't walk. But his words moved. People, he told his classmates about pain, about bullying, about wanting to quit life, and about choosing to live anyway. The room went silent. Some students cried. Teachers wiped tears. For the first time, people didn't see his body. They saw his strength. That day, Nick discovered his purpose. Years later, in college, Nick was still struggling. Rejection letters came. Jobs said no. People doubted him. But he kept speaking. Small rooms at first, church basements, school gyms. 10 people, 20 people, sometimes just 5. But he spoke like thousands were listening. Then one video changed everything. Someone uploaded one of his speeches online. It spread across America like wildfire. Millions watched, millions cried, millions shared. Nick went from unknown student to world-famous motivational speaker almost overnight. Today, Nick travels the world. He has spoken to over 8 million people in stadiums. He has met presidents, celebrities, athletes. He wrote best-selling books. And the boy who once wanted to die now teaches others how to live. But here's the part that makes his story legendary. Nick didn't just survive. He thrived. He learned to surf, riding massive waves like a pro. He learned to swim better than most people with limbs. He learned to type, drive, and live independently. And then something even more beautiful happened. Nick fell in love. People once said no woman would ever love him. But he married a beautiful woman named Kenny. They now have children. Yes, children. Nick became the father he once feared he'd never be. One day, A reporter asked him, "Nick, be honest. If God offered you arms and legs today, would you take them?" Nick smiled and said, "No, because without my struggle, I wouldn't have my purpose. My pain became my power." That sentence shook the world, because Nick proved something most people never realize. Your biggest weakness can become your greatest strength. The thing you hate about your life might be the thing that changes other people's lives. Nick could have quit, but he chose courage. He could have drowned, but he chose destiny. He could have believed the bullies, but he believed in hope. And because of that choice, millions who wanted to give up didn't. Students stopped self-harm. Adults left depression. People found purpose again. All because one boy without arms or legs refused to give up. Nick often tells audiences, if you can't get a miracle, become one. And that's exactly what he did. So when life feels unfair, when you feel broken, when you think you're not enough, remember Nick, a boy who had every reason to quit, but instead became a legend of hope. Your pain is not the end of your story. It might just be the beginning of something greater. And if Nick can rise without arms and legs, imagine what you can do with everything you have. Your story isn't over. Not even close. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it.